Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graham Nichols.
Morning, everybody. Brent Wallace, Jason York, Graham Nichols. Nice to see all you gentlemen. The glass case may have been moved last night.
Oh, yeah. Not even sure what that means, Willie. Oh,
we may have entered
no, come on.
into the panic button once again.
Oh, God.
Just saying.
Detroit is smoke and mirrors, though. Oh, my goodness, watching those guys play.
Paper tiger team right there.
That's not a first place team, I'll tell you that. Maybe it was an off night for them, but just goes to show you. And we're getting into no chit chat yet, right into the game. I guess people are mad. Just goes to but it goes to show you what really good goaltending can do. It goes to show you.
100%. They lost that game due to their goaltending. And we did get, but on a positive note, we got to see the Shep dog.
I know I'm a little upset for him. I feel bad for him. He's in there. The
question is, will you see him again?
Anyways, I had a feeling.
I'm going to say no.
After the one that went through Levy's legs or Van Riemsdyk, I'm like, Shepdog's coming in, and nobody thought it was coming. But I like the move by Greener to get him in there, change momentum,
100%,
and it worked. Like the team rallied and they kept going. They made it a game. But even did the Shepdog play well? Not really. It's not his fault either. It's they didn't score on their opportunities and they didn't get saves early. And in the NHL, if you chase the game, you got about I don't know what the percentage is, Graham. You got a 10% chance of winning when you chase the game like that. It's one thing to be down 1 or 2, but to be down 3. And
but they were playing well. Like the shots at one point were 12-3 for Ottawa, and they were down 1-0.
6 of those came on the power play. That first power play was smoking. Like he's throwing it around, but at 5-on-5, you're right. Like they were dominating territory. They had zone time, sustained zone time. But it's like again, microcosm of the season. They're taking over the game. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
Perron goes off on a line change during the power play, and he's just looking to get fresh legs out there while they have sustained pressure, and they make a quick read. I forget who passed the puck, but they assume Perron would still be there, but he was leaving the zone to go for a change, goes back to Clevin. He turns it over, puck in the net. And you're just like, here we go again. It's just like last night just was like the perfect encapsulation of how this season has gone, because like, again, taking it to the team early in the first period, everything's going well. You're like, okay, this is a very important game, right? Like if Ottawa loses, they're 9 points back at Detroit. Obviously, they still have games in hand, but they have to win this game to keep themselves in the mix. And it didn't happen. And now it's starting to become a question of, okay, well, top three in the Atlantic is going to be a chore to get back into the mix in that fold. So you're looking at a wild card seed, and there's only 2 spots. So the pressure's on. And Levy had 2 decent games this past week, and last night was just not good enough. And but Shepdog, as much as that would have been an awesome story, shepherd's pie on the ice, everything else, just didn't hold the fort. I don't blame him on the 4th goal, but like, it's tough. It's tough.
I know. I don't know. Right there, Cinderella story. Cinderella story was ready. Shepdog.
I was so
bringing
excited.
the team.
I thought T-shirts would be flying off the shelves.
Yeah, I was ready. I was ready for a massive like DoorDash delivery to the CTC of 1,000 shepherd's pies, ready to be tossed on the ice.
Everybody in the crowd wearing white coveralls, like it would have been amazing.
We had something here, fellas. We still
do.
No, so no. Hang on. But then, by the way, this show brought to you as always by Bet365. The message is simple. We're 41 games into the season, halfway through. We need a goalie, and we need it now. Yeah. Fix the issue. Find a goalie. I don't know how. It's not my job. It's not my pay grade. It's clear this is not going to get the job done. They did everything they needed to do to win last night, except have a goaltender make some saves. I'm tired of having this conversation.
Yeah, and let's be clear, though. Like, you don't pin
I'm
this
angry
on
this
you
morning.
don't
I know. I love it.
You don't pin this on the Shepdog either. Like they had the one breakaway, And the one shot in the slot there, like that's a perfect shot over the pad and just under the glove.
Yeah, Raymond could shoot it. Yeah.
That's a he changed the angle on that and put it right through. I think it was through Shabbat.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference. And you heard the Shep after the game. He goes, "This was funny." I don't know. Did you watch his press conference?
Well, that's the thing. You could barely hear the Shep. That is the softest man I've ever seen.
I've got some stories.
They're like, "What's the biggest difference between the AHL and the NHL?" Guys are better.
So,
but it was like, guys are better. Guys are better.
I'm sorry. Nobody's stopping that shot. I shouldn't say nobody. John Gibson is stopping that shot because Dylan Cousins could have had 5 goals last night. Like,
and Claude Giroux. Like Claude Giroux got rocked twice. Like one timer in the slot, and then glove save.
What were the expected goals in that one, Graham? Like
I can find it for you quickly.
In Ottawa's
listen,
Wally's favorite stat.
I'm so tired of analytics right now because Ottawa is an analytics team. It doesn't do them any good.
It was 4 to 2.6 in favor of Ottawa. So Ottawa should have had 4 goals, situations, and Detroit should have had 2.6.
Yeah.
But there was an executive in the press box last night that said, "Hey, if Ottawa had goaltending, this game would be 5-0 right now."
Their GM said it 2 days ago and said they'd be way further ahead.
Yeah. Yep. And when I was doing, I wrote that article off Deos's availability from a couple days ago, and I was looking into the save percentage and everything else, and it's like if Ottawa just got league average goaltending at 5-on-5 and while shorthanded, they would have stopped 30 more goals over the course of this season, just with league average goaltending, not even the upper echelon, just average, just be average, and that's all they need right now. So they're not getting it. So what do you do?
Well, I'm not pinning this on Marilainen either because he's here to be the backup.
Okay, hold on. Let's start this. Hang on.
He's not the starter. He's a good backup. He's a kid, and I think for everybody dependent on Marilainen isn't fair either. He's in a spot right now which wasn't supposed to be how it unfolded. It's supposed to be Linus's net. He's the starter. He's not here. They need a goalie. I'll guarantee you they're scouring the phone lines right now to see if they can get something because racetrack's running out.
Okay. You are the most declarated athlete we have on this show.
Love it. Well played. It's always good when the jokes come back full circle days later.
But Yorkie, okay, let's go over the season.
Decorated?
No. But 4 shows ago, you said declarated, and I'm never letting you live it down from now on.
Declarated. Looks like a hat, by the way. It's one of my Christmas presents from my son.
Squirrel. So, beginning of the season.
Yes.
Levi Marilainen wasn't good in preseason.
No.
So they made up this excuse that we're going to send him down to the minors to make him find his game and get it back. And they're like, that's always the plan. No, it was never. If your backup goalie is half as good, they never go back to the minors to get some work in conditioning. That's all nonsense. They knew he wasn't good at the beginning. So then they had to ride Ullmark more than they did, but Ullmark wasn't great either. And now we're in the situation where Levi Marilainen was penned in to be the backup this year. So let's not say that this is his job, was to start games and make stops in a very winnable game. They should have had better goaltending. They don't have it this year. So hang on, we're not done yet. Then they go, Mad Sogaard has a chance to have the net. If he wanted the net, he could have it, regardless of the injuries I know he's gone through. But if he's healthy, he could have had it. He is now 1-6-1 in his last 8 games. When the net is wide open, there's no Mad Sogaard, who was expected to be to be the backup at one point in this offense.
But he hasn't been good in years, though, either, right? He's a second round. He's a second round pick who hasn't done anything.
So let me finish. Then you got Shepdog, who is never supposed to be up here anyway. He is a career minor league goaltender at this point. He had played 5 NHL games up until now. He was just there to solidify and give them solid goaltending in Belleville. It is a mess all around, and they need to fix it. And this isn't on one particular goalie. Obviously, they need Linus Ullmark in goal, but he hasn't been great either. They need to fix this. They need to fix it now with somebody who can stop pucks.
He just said exactly what I did, but in a very angry fashion. Training camp. There's all kinds of goalies that have bad training camps. I'll go back to the games I do in Calgary. Nobody thought Devin Cooley was going to be a good backup in Calgary. He's been great. He just signed a new contract. I don't put a lot of stock into training camp. He was signed to be the backup, not to play all these games right now that are going on in Ottawa. It's a terrible situation, number one, for Ullmark, whatever he's going for. But most importantly, like, that puts the team in a terrible position when you're
100%.
number one goaltender. This doesn't happen. So,
and they have no idea when he's coming back, by the way. None.
So that is like, you can't blame that on the team for not addressing the goaltending situation.
Yorkie, they were the worst goaltending team in the league with him in net.
That's the goalie's fault. This isn't. It's not the fault of Marilainen. It's not the fault of Shepherd, and it's not. Those guys are backups. And Marilainen has been trending pretty well lately, backing up. But this is a situation he's not supposed to be in, but he's in it because of circumstances that are out of everybody's control. So the question is, what do they do now? Well, your options are, you got a Marc-Andre Fleury sitting out there. You got James Reimer, who's playing in the
Stuart Skinner in Pittsburgh.
Oh God, that's the problem. Like, there's just not a lot of great options out there, and the guy that's supposed to be is just not available to you. The guy that you're paying whatever he's making, and that's
but let's not brutal situation. But let's not pretend that Ullmark's been very good either, right? Like, he had that 9-game stretch last year. He went 8-0-1, stopped 95% of the pucks. Like, outside of that 9-game sample, you're talking about a goaltender who has got a 3.01 goals against average, an 8.89 save percentage, and 63 appearances. Like, Ullmark hasn't lived up to anything at this point. And it's just a situation where it's like, he had that one stretch, and that's all it was. Even in the postseason, like, there's games against Toronto where you're like, oh, I wish he had that one. Oh, I wish he had that one too. And like, I think the weird part for me this season, I've said this several times, is like, with the exception of last night, like, I haven't seen too many stretches from Ottawa's goaltenders where they're allowing a ton of soft goals. It's just, they're not stopping ones that you need to have to win games. It's just like that shot that Kopp had, the first goal last night, like, from a distance, beats him inside the post. But it's like, if you're going to win, if you're going to have extended stretches of winning streaks, you got to make those saves. You have to make those saves. And he didn't make it last night.
It seems when Ottawa, when they make a mistake, they get scored on.
Mm-hmm. Normally because it creates a 2-on-1.
Doesn't matter. Ottawa had 2-on-1s, breakaways, open nets. It's hockey, man. They should actually change the name of hockey. I used to joke about this back when I was doing radio. Should just call it goalie. What are you playing tonight? We're playing goalie. What do you mean? Well, whoever has the best goal usually wins, and it's never more prevalent when you get into the playoffs, because it gets even sucked into a vacuum more of how important your goaltender is. So, I don't know where they go from here. Hopefully. Like, what do you say? Like, it's just the situation that's upon them with Ullmark leaving the team is just, this is something that's, you're not prepared for stuff like this. And now they're just in a shitty position where you're scrambling and you don't have a lot of options.
I think the frustrating part for me, and this boils over from like years ago, and it's not revisionist history. This is an organization that's given up on young goaltenders over the past like several years, where it's like, if they didn't have like a small sample size of success, it's like, oh, we're moving on. We're going to go get a veteran. We're going to go flip Philip Gustafsson for half a season of Cam Talbot. He was like an impending unrestricted free agent. You're trading years of control for a young Swedish goalie who had pedigree, some measure of success at the NHL level, but had one bad year or one bad stretch and then didn't get a sniff again. Joey Decord given up in the expansion draft. It's like, this organization's developed young goaltenders who've gone on to have successful NHL careers. It's just they're pulling the chute really early on these kids, turning to like short-term stopgap options. And, and even if you want to extend this, like Jesper Wallstedt was a highly regarded goaltender in his draft year, and the organization went off the board to draft Tyler Boucher instead of going with a consensus pick. And now we're saying, man, you had goaltenders available at the time, but they felt comfortable with the guys who were already here. And many of those guys, whether it was Gustafsson and Sogaard, those guys are no longer really factoring in what's going on in Ottawa, and you missed an opportunity to draft a really good goaltender.
Well, on top of that, the Wallstedt draft, they weren't looking at him. They were looking at Costa.
Yeah. But so everything,
just one second. Yeah. So on top of Wallstedt being the better goalie, they would have missed on that too, though. They were, and my point is they were looking at Costa.
And I think that's like, I know we're talking goaltending, but the frustration of where Ottawa is right now is that they've shortchanged the rebuild. Like they've got a lot of fucking really sorry for swearing, but like lots of really good.
This is a family show.
Lots of really good young players who are in their primes right now. Like you talk about Brady Tkachuk, you talk about the window to win. Thomas Chabot's in his late 20s now. It's like this is the window to win. They've had between 2017 and 2022, like they had like 42 picks, 20 of which were in the first or second round. And now there's nothing in the system outside of Carter Yakimchuk, like Logan Hensler, who are like recent picks, but like in that stretch before, they just didn't draft impact players. It's just nice. Sorry, Jenny. Earmuffs, Jenny. But it's just they don't have the assets right now to move and get guys that they need to bring in. And I think that's the frustrating part. If you're a Sens fan, is like this thing should be further ahead than it is, and you should have way more capital and way more young pieces to move to get the pieces that you need to push this thing forward to the next level.
Do you know that scene in Dumb and Dumber, guys? Well, you've seen one of your favorite movies, Dumb and Dumber, when Jim Carrey puts the X-Lax in Harry Dunn's drink and he's on the toilet and he's driving away on the motorcycle going ha 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 ha. Well, that's the old regime driving away on the
Dorian
just driving away,
peeling out of there.
But I agree with everything Graham said, but that's a lot of bad decisions were made in the past year with goaltenders. Not a lot of patience. Everything wanted to be because you had to answer to an owner that just wanted everything done right away, and it was just the difference now is there's more patience being used now. But what do you like?
Pierre Dorian didn't sign Linus Ullmark. Yeah. Didn't trade for him.
So here's a question for you, Yorkie. We talked about Stales and company bringing in their own guys, pattern of history, bringing in guys that they're comfortable, familiar with. There's a lot of people who are still here from the old regime, one of whom is the goaltending coach. I don't necessarily blame the goaltending coach at all for like what's going on, but that's the question is do you need a scapegoat to change this?
You need a goalie.
But it's like the chicken and the egg when all your goaltenders are underperforming. Like what do you do?
I don't think I'll go back to last year. I thought the goaltending was pretty good last year, especially down the stretch.
Mads Sogaard has been recalled. Hunter Shepard has been loaned back to the AHL.
There you go. There's your body you wanted. There's your guy you wanted. What do they call that? Your offering, the
sacrificial lamb. Yeah.
There's this poor Shepdog just getting.
I did find out some info about Shepdog later. We'll share it later when we have a little more energy.
Yeah, going back to last year, I didn't mind Ullmark last year. I thought he had stretches where he was really good. This team took a massive step last year. They got to the playoffs. The frustrating part for everybody now is they're supposed to take another step. It's not supposed to be like that. And right away, you can't lie. You can't hide behind the stats. It is what it is. They've got the worst, not arguably. What we have the stat the other day, guys? The worst expected save average in the league, I believe. One of those stats.
Linus, he's bottom of the league in expected save percentage.
It's so if you have that as a team, plain and simple, you're not going to win. Like you're not going to win. And couple in the horrific start the PK got to. Like special teams can help you in so many ways when your goaltending's not up to snuff to kind of mask that and help you win a few games. But the penalty kill was not helping. Power play was good, but end of the day, I don't know what you do right now because I don't know who's out there. Like if we need to go team by team and look who's available, but it's not a lot, guys. Like you go looking at who teams are trying to get rid of. Trying to get rid of that person for a reason because they're not playing really, really well. If you got a good goaltender right now, you're not moving them. And everybody's kind of in the mix right now too. That's the other problem with the NHL. If you're a team looking to get better via trade, it's really tough to make a trade because everybody thinks they still have a chance. So they're in a predicament here right now. And I don't know where they go from here.
It would be interesting to see, but I did have this conversation yesterday about would they take Mads on the trip? But he's like, he hasn't been great. 1-6-1. I think that if
the dad's trip to the Mads trip. Yes.
This is where you end up, but I'll just show myself out. And by the way, they're going into Colorado that hasn't lost in regulation at home. I think they're 17-0-2. I know it's the second game they play.
You know what's gonna happen now, right?
They're gonna stand them on their head, right? And they're gonna win 4-1.
Yeah, and the goalie will be the guy.
Well, we'll see if
it's
this is up to. Hey, if I'm mad Sogaard, I'm excited for this because if he can show that he can be the guy, he's got a free net right now. It's his.
He's got a free net. Yeah, and there's not too much pressure in there, so don't worry about that.
What? So there's no pressure any other day for him?
No, it's just everybody in the hockey world, the players, the team, everybody knows that they need the goaltending to be a lot better. So like they're not stupid. You get into the net there. It's not like you're going in there thinking, okay, I got a chance to play here. I'm going to go in there. So, yeah, you're right. It's professional sports. Guys have to. You got there because you're mentally tough. I'm just saying, it's not a great situation to be going into right now, knowing that you've got to be really. Yeah, actually, you don't even have to be. You just have to be. You just have to be good. You just have to be good.
Average.
You just have to be good. Yeah, you just have to be good. So we shall see. I'm hoping the kid comes up and plays well. It'd be a great story.
Yes, I would take anybody playing well right now.
Yeah,
like they just need it. I think they're fifth in the league in shots against. Their scoring chances are one of the best teams. Like they don't give up a lot. They just end up all in the net.
I think that's a frustrating part. Like you guys talked about taking steps forward this season. I think they have in many respects, but like it's just special teams, goaltending. And those are often the things that kill you in the postseason. If you don't get either of those, you're toast. And we're just seeing that take place in the regular season this year. It's just, it's frustrating because they're doing so many things well. And you listen to the players talk about it. They're essentially alluding to it at the end of the game without mentioning it. But it's just the goaltending is letting them down.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. Take care of some business, you two, and then we'll get back to this.
Shoeless Joe's. Daily deals you do not want to miss. Burgers, wings, cold beer, great prices. No fluff, just big flavor 5 nights a week. This week at Shoeless, you got Wings Tuesday, crispy, saucy, and only $10. Bring your appetite. Big Burger Energy Wednesday, massive burger starting at $10. Thursday night, you have half price wine and $10 flatbreads. Delicious food and drinks perfect for a day night or for catching up. And on Sundays, you have Caesar Sundays. Shake up your Sunday with a $6 Caesar. And if there's a Canadian team on the screen, you have your game day bud deal. $9 buds all game long. Shoeless Joe's, where daily deals meet big flavor and good times on repeat in Kempville and Orleans.
And also by our good friends at BEI. Give them a call for equipment rentals, aggregate, topsoil, custom crushing, screening, hot mix, paving. They can do many things for you. You can reach them at 613-432-1120, online at bonasherexcavating.com. When you're planning that next project, please consider BI for all your aggregate supply needs.
Okay, so here we are. Midway point of the season. 41 games in. They're 2 points better than last year.
It's pretty.
They're winning. Their points percentage is better than last year.
But they took off in the second half, right? So it's like you can't expect them to take off necessarily in the second half.
No, but it's funny. Like all these numbers, except for goals against, which is a half a goal higher than last year.
Yeah.
Power plays identical, and of course the penalty kill has been a struggle, as we've pointed out. Like it's just those metrics, but like this team is very much a playoff team. If they could just sort it out.
Save percentage, like that's abysmal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the standings right now. It's not end of the world yet. Not yet.
I know, but it's not the 4 points. It's all the other teams ahead.
Yeah. So the thing, if I'm gonna pull something positive out of here, the way they're playing right now, like even getting down 3-0, like this team is still playing with a lot of heart. Like you watch Stutzle right now, the things he's doing on the ice, like that one goal, the entry to Batherson, like he's creating stuff out of nothing out there, and teams are really keying on him. Like I love how he's playing right now. I thought Brady had a good game last night. It's tough to fault. Like people are picking on Clevin. Okay, he made a mistake. Sure, guys make mistakes all the time. Like it's a game of mistakes. I didn't think he was horrible or anything. It's just, hey, the guy made a good play, he bobbled the puck, they scored. That's hockey. That happens. So I like how this team's playing. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. And with all the bashing we've done on Maryland, and look, he did put together a few good games in a row here. Like before this stretch, he was pretty good. It's tough when you're the guy that doesn't have a large body of work. You're a young guy. You don't have a lot of experience in the league. Like everyone's expecting what he did last year to come in and be superhuman. I'm like, people don't understand how tough that is to do in the NHL. like it's one thing if you're an elite goaltender that has a history and you've got experience. He doesn't have that. So again, he's in an unfair situation right now. And
it's
I know
not unfair. You're in the National Hockey League as the backup. Your job is to play some games and do well.
Yeah, not every game.
So
I think it's hard. I think it's hard when you're like you've played 7 to 10 once every 7 to 10 days. You get thrown into this situation. It's not the easiest situation to come into and just like thrive right away for a guy who hasn't seen pucks regularly.
All right, so you know what? Then it doesn't matter. That guy who's there doesn't matter if he wins or not. We don't care if he's 0-20.
No, but I mean, like you're also talking about like the most volatile position in this.
But that's the life of a backup. You understand that. He's 3-6 in his last 9 games.
Yep.
Sorry, 3-5 because in Detroit he didn't get the decision. 865 save percentage and a 365 goals against.
Yeah. Last night wasn't good, but like the 2 that preceded it were. So it's like he's capable.
I need more than 2 games, Graham.
He's capable. He's just you need consistency.
Yeah. The life of a backup, Wally, is not playing every single night. That's not the life of a backup.
But that's how you get to be an NHL #1 goaltender. You have to, at some point, you're going to probably be a backup and work your way in. He's got to show more.
Yeah, he does. But I'm just saying, like, again, the situation that is Ottawa finds himself in, you don't become the backup because all of a sudden one day the goalie's gone. Shit, like this is a difficult situation, and it affects him as well. Well, he needs to count the 10. Yes, he does, Lucy.
Do not tell me what to do.
So the best thing that could happen right now is if you could acquire a veteran to come in and just you look at some of these other teams, like the guys they have is like they've got guys that have been there, done that. You look at guys like Jake Allen or guys that it's a calming influence that helps just settle down your tandem. Like you got a guy like Marolina coming to the bench and there's the Shep dog staring at him. Oh, you're up next. Like that's not the life of a backup, Wally.
Okay, Yorkie. Tell me the life of a backup, please.
Life of a backup is you play maybe once every 4 games.
The shittier teams.
You play against the shittier team. You don't get put into a divisional game where it's a must win and you've already played like a bunch of games in a row. That's the life of a starter.
He's played 2 games in a row.
How many games has he played since Ullmark's been gone?
Since you've been gone.
I think it was 4 going into last night.
He's played the 27th, 29th.
3. Last night was his 4th game. Last night was his 4th game.
Yeah. Anyhow,
lost 4-1 to Columbus. Then
the point is, Levi Marolainen was not signed this year to be in this position. And is he playing well? No. But again, I'm not pinning it on him because he's the backup. Like
so he gets a free pass to not make a save.
Doesn't get a free pass.
Well, that's what you're like. I'm not pinning it on him.
But you shouldn't be. But you shouldn't. No, but you shouldn't be surprised because this is happening. Like go around the league.
Yorkie,
like, do you expect him to go head to head against Connor Hellebuck and win every single game? Or there's a reason guys make $8 million as goaltenders because they're paid to win all the time. Like there's a reason Kachuk's making this money, and there's a reason guys get paid, and there's a reason guys get.
This is apples and oranges.
You expect Marolainen to go in there and win all these games because he's shown it in the past, and he's the guy, and it's all his fault. I think Ottawa is where they are because of the goaltending. And damn that Marolainen, you should be being way better because we expect this from you. Because
it'd be like replacing, It'd be like replacing
so
Jake
great
Sanderson.
because you've been okay.
No, it's not.
Hey Jordan Spence, how come you can't do the things Jake Sanderson can?
No.
Well, you should be able to do it because you're in the NHL. You're paid to do it.
Yes.
Why don't we call up Jorian Donovan from the minors and say, hey Jorian, you go play like Jake Sanderson. You do what he does. He's in the NHL.
Apples and oranges as usual. Just pick something different out of the sky and go on that topic.
Why is that?
Because Levi Marolainen is expected to. Levi Marolainen is expected to come in and make stops and be better.
Let's call up the big defenseman there, Toure from the East Coast League. Hey, get up there. You're supposed to be in the NHL.
Just stay on topic for a sec. You are expected as a backup to come in and provide quality minutes.
Yes.
Every team nowadays doesn't start their goalie 70 games a year or 60 games a year. So it's a tandem. So you need that other guy to be just as good.
Explain
40% better. Because he can't be just as good because he's $8 million. Hold on. No. Don't tell me I think Levi Merilainen is the same goaltender as Linus Ullmark. Let's be honest here.
You told me he's supposed to do the things.
He's supposed to come in when he gets the chance and make stops.
Yeah, when he
like
gets the chance.
You sitting here going, it's okay. We could just put in Travis Hamonic and it would be okay. Like, no,
according
he's
to you,
expected to stop.
According to you, Hamonic needs to be able to do the things that Sanderson can.
He would no. Don't confuse the two. Being able to be put in a spot for a few games and being the guy to do it for every game is completely different. Don't confuse the two.
Exactly right. You just made
I know. So when Travis Hamonic plays in the top 2 minutes, I expect him to be able to do the job for 5 games.
Yeah. Not every game.
Well, then he would be paid $8 million. Why are you like? You're just trying to go in circles to get away from saying the goaltending sucks and we need to fix it.
The goaltending isn't good. We all agree on that. The goaltending isn't good, but the expectation shouldn't be for Merilainen to be a world-class goalie because he's not that yet.
I don't want to be world-class, Yorkie. I just want him to be an NHL caliber goaltender at the moment.
Yeah, well, he's obviously struggled last night and he's not ready for that yet. So what are you going to do? He's not ready to...
That's my point. Find a goalie. Your job.
But if he bounces back and plays well against Utah, I'm assuming he's going to get.
So it's all good now.
Well, 3 out of 4 isn't bad. 3 out of 4 isn't bad. Like
there's 82. I need more than 4 games. There's 82.
But this is a small sample size, like you're talking about. He's only been in the net for.
He wants Carolina.
Last night was his 4th game.
We all said last year he saved the season. That he's going to be good enough. In fact, there are people like we should start him over Linus Ullmark.
He'd be good enough to be the backup.
Okay. You know what? The rest of the show, I'm just sitting here letting
Graham, is he not? He's talking in circles. Like he's talking crazy. He's expecting.
I love it. I love seeing you guys get heated. It's good. I just sit back and I just sip on my coffee and just.
The fact you're sitting here going, it's okay. Levi Merilainen doesn't have to stop the puck because he's a backup, and so backups don't have to make saves. They just have to be. No, but
in fairness to him, he did have 2 decent games against Washington and Winnipeg. So 2 good games out of the last 3 isn't bad. Like Columbus, I don't hang Columbus the 4-1 loss on Levy at all. Like,
well, he's a goalie basher. You're an old goalie too. What are you doing? You're like an old goalie.
If Levy comes back and has a good start against Utah, I'm just assuming he's starting. Then that's 3 out of 5. You can talk about Columbus. Well, like
not good enough.
So no, I would like to do a poll, Jake, if we have time. How confident do you feel when Levi Merilainen is in goal? I bet you it's not
as opposed to like Ullmark. Like I think everyone's just.
I'm not talking about Linus Ullmark.
I'm just saying it in general. I think the Senators' goaltending. Like, how confident are you in Ottawa's goaltending? It's not a Levy problem. It's not a Linus thing. It's like just in general. I don't think anyone has any confidence in the goaltending right now. But I also think like Levy's only had a small sample size of games here. And if he bounces back tomorrow night and has a good performance, then this is all we're just breaking down the minutia.
At what point do we call it's not a sample size? He's had 14 games this year he has played in.
Yeah, but you're talking about once every 7 to 10 days. So like a game that he played in October is totally different than a game he's playing in now.
Okay.
No, but it's true. Like there's context, Wally.
No, it's not. He played those games last year. We didn't go, it's because he played every 7 to 10 days.
Well, he played every night and there was no pressure and he played well.
Yeah. Great point, Graham. Like when he came into the net there, you get thrust into a situation where it's just, you're not really thinking there wasn't a lot of pressure last year when that happened to him. Like it's a different animal right now. What's going on? Expectations in the city are much higher now.
And he was playing really well in Belleville when he got the recall, and he just extended that success to the NHL level. It's just like he got into a rhythm and he was playing at a high level. Oh, I love it. This is good.
So let's go. I'm just looking at Levi Merilainen's extensive body of work. So Levi Merilainen has played a total of let's see how many NHL games he's played. He played 12 last year, and he's played 14 this year. So, God damn it, he needs to be perfect every night because his body of work shows that he should be.
Okay. If you don't want to have the discussion, let's just move on.
He should be a top goaltender at this point in his career. The kid's still like.
That's Yorkie. I'm not saying anything about his age, anything about the fact that he hasn't played a lot. I just want a backup that's going to stop the puck. And right now, I don't have it in the starter, and I don't have it in the backup, and I don't know when the starter's coming back. I need a goalie on this team if they're going to save the season. That's all.
And
I
if
care
you
about.
do you think if you just airdrop a goalie off one of the worst teams in the league this season in this situation,
Graham,
they
again,
could salvage it? I'm just curious.
Not my pay grade. You need to find a solution to the goaltending problem. That's like
really. I just like, yeah. Obviously, the goaltending needs to be better. You need to find a solution. I think it's just really easy to sit here as like, just watching it as an observer or analyst, and just say we need to get better. It's like it's super easy to say that, but like who are you getting that's going to fix this?
Again, that's the point. Figure it out. I'm not here to provide Steve Stais a job solution. He's to do that. That's his job. But as a staff, when you say you're best, you need to figure it out.
Well, how many other teams this year have just had their goaltender up and had to take a leave of absence? Like this is a very unique situation that 31 teams aren't dealing
Jason York, for the last time, Linus Ullmark wasn't very good when he was in net, and Levi Merilainen wasn't great either. This is a goaltending issue all season.
What it's done though, Wally, is it's compounded the issue. You've taken
100%.
It's compounded the issue and said we had two goalies that were one. I know Mark was starting to kind of figure it out a little bit. He had the bad game versus Toronto before he left. Before that, it looked like he was turning a corner, and people were like, oh, "Okay, here we come." He was second star of the week in the NHL. Looked like he was starting to have one of those runs. So what this has done, he's gone, and you've got a backup that's been struggling, and just throwing him into the fire. But this is a situation it's out of a lot of people's control. And what do you do now? Because there's just not a lot of options.
And the New York Rangers might be looking for another goalie right now too, right? Like there's some teams in the mix that need goaltending help after Shesterkin got hurt last night. So
did he get hurt?
Yeah, he couldn't put any weight on his left leg last night. He got crashed into by Peterka.
Please fill out the poll online on the YouTube chat.
What's this poll? What's this poll you put together? Right?
Should we replace Jason York or let him still try to find his feet? I think that's what it is.
Ice cold.
What's this poll say? Who are you throwing under the bus now?
I didn't make the poll.
You did make the poll.
I don't know how to make the poll. That's the problem. How confident are you in Levi Merilainen? Confident, not confident, but patient. Time to get another goalie.
Oh, of course it's time to get another goalie. They need another goalie. They've got one goalie right now. They've got a backup. It's going to be 100%.
No, it's not. In fact, 65% of the respondents have said not confident, but patient.
Ooh, okay. All right.
I think that's the way you have to be, though.
I know
it's such a, like, he's so young. He's so young. Like, if we're talking Merilainen, he's so young. The position's volatile. This team's given up on young goaltenders before, and they've gone elsewhere and had a ton of success. So,
he's not. They're not getting rid of him. Like,
no. I'm just saying in general. Like, the thing is too, Wally. Like, if you bring in another solution, external solution, what's his contract situation? Is that going to handcuff you down the stretch? I think they got like $4 million in cap space.
Graham, I'm going to point back once again.
I know you're not Steve Stais. You're not.
Their job is to figure that out.
I know. I'm just saying the flexibility might not be there either, and might hamstring you for down the road. Because like when Linus comes back, I'm assuming Linus comes back at some point. Then what do you do?
That is a then problem. But you need to save your season now.
Don't worry about the cap or anything. The cap will balance itself.
Oh Lord. Jake, I could use a beer right now, which is probably at the Beyond Pale Brewing Company. Let's go there, shall we? Beyond the Pale is locally owned, and Ottawa's one of go-to craft breweries. Serving up some of the city's favorite beers with new seasonal releases always on tap. They've got 2 great locations, brewery and tap room at 250 City Center, and their new spot in the Byward Market at 21 George Street, which is fantastic. It's beautiful. Top-notch food, great atmosphere, and a perfect place to catch the next big Ottawa game, which is tomorrow against the Mammoth, especially at the City Center location. For more information, check them out at btpshop.ca, btpshop.ca. And of course, as always, by Bet365, our proud presenting show sponsor. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary. Bet365. Download the app, get on the game, use code NATION. Must be 19 or older. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you or someone who has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Just like to point out, while I didn't hit the parlay I showed in the show yesterday, I did hit 2 other ones. So we're up on the day. And here, there's a lot of games going on tonight. I am interested to see how the Colorado Avalanche and the Tampa Bay Lightning play. It seems to be a big match. Colorado's just a ridiculous wagon at the moment, but lots of teams in action. And Columbus is Boston. I think Toronto's like Florida. Lots of stuff going on. A Columbus win and Ottawa's tied for last in the East.
Yeah. How many points out? We got a standings board here right now. Let's look how dire the situation. So you're 5 points out. Actually, no, you're only 4 points.
No, you're 4 points out of an 8th wild card spot, and you're 7 points out of third place in the Atlantic.
So, and there are 41 games. So you've got 41 games left. So the season's not done. It's crazy what's going on in the East this year. With Columbus is still in it too, at 43, and you reel off 4 or 5 games in a row here. Totally, it might not be a totally different situation because of all these other teams that could do the same thing. But
that's the problem, though.
Yeah. The thing for me is I don't know what the answer is because of this situation with the standings.
Yeah.
There's just not going to be a lot of options out there for goaltenders. There's not. And what makes this so bizarre is I don't think anyone knows when Linus is coming back. So it's like it makes this situation so difficult.
Well, that's the point. They need to figure it out now and worry about what happens after.
But not only can Linus come back, can he get back to playing at a higher level? I think that's the key, right? It's one thing enough to just get him back in the lineup, spell the goaltenders. You won't have a Hunter Shepard on the team. You won't have Matt Sogaard on the team. You'll theoretically have your best 2 goaltenders in the mix, but he's got to make stops too. And he hasn't been good this year. He has not been good this year, and they need more from him as well. And I think that's if they were just average, this team would be comfortably probably atop the Atlantic Division right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe close, yeah. Right. But, and I guess that's just why everybody's frustrated. We thought that the problem was solved bringing in a Vezina Trophy winning goalie, and it hasn't been the case.
Agreed.
And I think that impacted them keeping Levi Merilainen. Right. They thought we could play Ullmark more, let Merilainen grow into that spot. And right now, Levi Merilainen's got to be the guy, and I don't know if that's the answer.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, by the way, don't forget, Elliot Friedman brought it up in his 32 Thoughts podcast, that they were possibly looking at some kind of goalie change issue before Ullmark left the team.
Yeah. It's all quiet on the Ullmark front though. Nothing's been leaked out. It's been pretty airtight about when a possible return could be, what's going on.
Legit.
There was a rumor in house that he was there last night, but I don't know if that's true. I didn't see him, so I can't confirm that. But there was a rumor that he was there last night.
Okay.
And I don't know, everything I've been told by the organization is they don't know. It's not like they know, but they're not sharing it. They don't know. So that's tough to try and manage a hockey team that way.
That's kind of wild. That's kind of wild in itself too, right? Yorkie.
Well, yeah, I played in the league for 15 years. It's situations don't happen like this where
maybe Friday.
That was an injury, though. Like that was an injury. And this is just a different. It's a unique situation, and I don't know the ins and outs of it. It's just a unique situation, and it's just a really tough point now for everybody in the organization to be in, because it's an unknown, right? And with the way the team's playing and the league is, and where the expectations are and the frustration level, it's just a really bad situation for everybody to be in right now. So hopefully this comes to a head soon, and there's a little more daylight shine on what's going on, and hopefully for Ullmark, he gets back and everything's good with him too. So it's a unique situation, man.
Moving on. Other things to discuss. One is Tim Stutzle continues to be on fire, if you will. He's now run his point streak to 13 games, which is now the fifth highest, or tied for fifth longest point streak in franchise history. He'll look to tie his own 14-game mark when they face the Mammoth on Wednesday. He's been so. While I say this, Jake, just go to split the scores. Here's last year's and this year's leading scores. Stutzle has 3 points more than he did last year. You'll see Drake Batherson's ahead by 2 points. Claude Giroux, he's got 2 more points than he had last year. Like, offensively, this team's doing really well, or at least they're doing well enough to win games. I'm going to put this to you then. What is, as we're here now, the biggest story from the first half of this season?
Go for it, Yorkie.
The biggest story? Well, Ullmark leaving the team. That's the number one story. It's the biggest story with the team. I don't know what else is bigger.
Well, it could be other. It could be Brady Tkachuk missing 20 games. Could be the penalty kill, which is up until recently been historically terrible.
No, it's your number one goalie unexpectedly leaving the team. You're in a playoff race. It's everyone's got a chance. You're in a dire situation, and you've got one goalie. There's the story of the year.
I think if you want to look at it positively, I think
yes,
I think like Timmy's emergence, especially with that Brady, right? Like we've seen those guys play a lot of minutes together last season. Timmy's bounced around several different line mates, but I think like his emergence and dominance just as like a number one center has created opportunities for them to move Brady down the lineup with Dylan Cousins, create like a big and heavy line that's had some measure of success of their own, right? So he's created some flexibility through his play. There's no dependency on Brady to help drive things. Tim's driving things on his own, which is like that next step in the evolution of his game. He's still doing some great stuff at like both sides of the ice. And if you want to keep going with the positivity, Jake Sanderson's just been unbelievable this season. Like Norris conversation for sure. He's just been dynamic, and he's taken another step in himself. So I think if you want to focus on the positives, those are two of the good stories. But I agree with Yorkie. Like whether it's Brady's absence or Linus's absence, like there's just the penalty kill, like you mentioned, Wally. Like there's several negatives that you could also easily bring up as well.
Oh, you got a positive, Wally?
Well, I am a big fan of Tim Stutzle, and he makes the guys on his line better every game. So for what he's been able to do, like if you were to, I think he's the team MVP at this point. And I know Jake Sanderson's on the team, but for me, Tim Stutzle is what drives this team right now. So for me, it's tough to like the biggest story. Well, the biggest story is where they're at in the standings for me. And the struggles that come with it. And they haven't been a terrible hockey team, which is more than frustrating. I think you can see a very good hockey team. You just can't see the results come for it. So Tim Stutzle would be, if I had to do a positive, because I'm like Graham and we always want positivity on the show. I'm picking Tim Stutzle. But the other side of it for me is just goaltending. Goaltending in general, like they got to figure this out. It's sinking.
See, I agree with you guys on Stutzle, but I'm not surprised. Like this kid, we said at the beginning of the year, like he's a superstar. Like this is the way he's going. Like the things he does on the ice when he has the puck in tight spaces, creates out of nothing. That's an interesting debate though, because I'll disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I know.
Just because you watch everybody we bring on the show and talk to, and people around the league, We had Thomas Hickey on yesterday. Ray Ferraro when he's done games before. The player that everybody is, and as much as I like Timmy, I think he's world class. I think Jake Sanderson's the best player on this team. I do. And I just, what he does every single night. And people understand, well, Hickey understands, he said it yesterday, is how hard he defends. His offense that he brings to the table, his professionalism, his compete level. He's already on the Olympic team. You know how tough it is to make the U.S. roster on defense? They are loaded on defense. Some of the names they've left off that team, I think Jake Sanderson is, well, he's going to win a Norris for sure one of these days. The number one positive thing for me is him. You've got an elite defenseman on your team on a great contract, and everybody that comes in and watches him marvels at him. That's my number one positive. And then Timmy just nudges him out by a minute, because I agree, Stutzle is, I love watching him. Like this guy, I'd pay money to watch this guy play, but the stuff Sanderson's doing is nuts. It's nuts.
I'm concerned that he doesn't get the Norris because of the era he plays in with McCarr and Quinn Hughes.
Well,
like
look at Stutzle. He got McDavid and McKinnon.
Well, I think there's a big gap between Tim Stutzle and Connor McDavid, but
so there you go. Cale Makar is, like, I've talked to guys in the league, and a couple of years ago they're saying it's Makar and it's everybody else. We just had a defenseman on the show yesterday, Thomas Hickey, saying that gap's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
That's Cale Makar.
But like, we've used the Niedermayer comp for like Sanderson for a while now, and like Niedermayer didn't win his first Norris until he was actually his only Norris until like 2003-04 when he was 30. And you talk about like the era that he grew up in, where you got guys like Pronger available. Like, there's always going to be like elite defensemen, and sometimes it just takes time. It's just you get voter fatigue with certain players. You finally get your due. You finally get your recognition, right? Like Drew Doughty had that for a little bit when Carlson was here in Ottawa, right? It was like there was that whole like media campaign. Oh, Drew Doughty, we got to get him a Norris, and lo and behold, you got it.
100% agree with you. That's my. Listen, I'm not arguing his Norris caliber quality. I'm just, my concern is the voting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His reputation earns a lot of that vote.
His reputation's growing though. People are now that watch the game and vote on things. I'm finding guys are becoming, I think analytics has helped that, because Sanderson's got great numbers. The things he does before for the Norris and a lot of major awards, he's got the most points, but because you can't watch, it's humanly impossible to watch every single team in the NHL play. But now you can look at numbers. You can see what it's like when you're on, as far as your defensive metrics go and your offensive. That's not one, but it's one of the many things that those outlying numbers are good for. It's for evaluating players. And for Sanderson, a lot of people look at those and his numbers are great. And I just think he's a unique player, because generally defensemen that put up points, they cheat the game a little bit. Like, you cheat the game, you kind of pace yourself on shifts. Like guys that play heavy minutes, well, you got to preserve yourself. He doesn't preserve himself out there. I heard him. By the way, did you guys? Well, you guys were at the game. Jody Shelley, who does an excellent job on the Prime broadcast, he did an amazing interview with Jake Sanderson of What's in Your Bag, and it's the best interaction I've seen with Jake Sanderson this year. He was engaging, because he's a pretty tight-lipped guy, right? Doesn't give you a lot. It was a fantastic interview. And Jody asked him about playing so many minutes. Do you preserve yourself? And he goes, that's why I work out in the summer. I don't hold back. It was a great answer, but he kind of showed his personality in his interview, and best one I've seen of him so far. And they went through all his stuff. But yeah, that's the unique thing about him. He plays the game from the tips every single shift. And it's one of the things I love about him.
Mm-hmm. Well said.
He has started to open up a little more. Same thing with, like, have you noticed Sidney Crosby lately? A lot more video of him doing interviews, a little more entertaining. Like, there's a thing yesterday with Hayes about Crosby being a huge bird watching guy.
I saw that.
Right? It's fantastic. And so
good.
they now show him pictures of birds. He's like, it's a hummingbird. That's a pigeon. Like it's really good. Anyway, I'm just glad to see that there's more guys from the league, especially if you see Crosby doing it now, starting to open up. It goes back to the Zane Parekh comment, who he got roasted for, which I don't believe he should have, when he said the guys in the NHL are basically robots. Yeah, they are. And you're right. Yeah. They are told to be robots 100%, but he just got,
but it makes sense though. Like he's coached to say simple stuff because no one will question it.
100%,
especially as a young guy entering the league, right?
But we want the personality, and then when they say something like this, then we just hammer them, which it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, the Parekh comments. I actually watched the Calgary game last night after they addressed that. Eric Francis actually did a great job of talking about that, and it's not a big deal anymore. But yeah,
it should never been a big deal. But here he is having to apologize to everybody.
Yeah. But I agree on Crosby. Crosby he's so good for the game right now. Like he's, the commercials he's doing, the way he conducts himself. Yeah. I heard a rumor that somebody was chatting with him and he thinks he can play like 5 more years.
Why? He's at a 95% point pace in his last 4 years. Like it's crazy.
His body shape though. Like you've seen him off the ice. You've seen him in the room, eh, Graham?
Yep.
He's built like a centaur. Like he's got just a.
You mean senator?
Senator? A senator? No. Like
here
a centaur.
Here comes the AI. Here comes the AI Photoshop. Here we go.
He is like he's got like the guy's legs and like his rear end. It's like he's got the type of body where you're not going to wear down as easily because you're just. Well, he's a freak of nature. Like he actually looks the way his lower body is. It's like, is that real?
Marty St. Louis,
Marty St. Louis, same way.
Just the size of his quads. Okay,
Todd. You know who else? Ex-Senator Todd White.
Todd
White's got massive legs.
Current scout for
Columbus,
right?
Columbus, yeah.
And his kid plays for the Ottawa 67s.
Yeah, Whitey Jr.
Okay. I just saw something else quickly. I did. So we're probably seeing the end of Stephen Halliday's little run for. It's expected that.
He's been really good.
I understand.
Really, really good. Last night he was really good. I wish he shot maybe a couple more times when he had open looks.
I like that fourth line, Graham. I like that.
Yeah, they were unbelievable. We didn't talk about that at all today. I meant to.
But he's coming back. Lars Eller's coming back, and he may play Wednesday. I'm pretty sure Halliday makes the trip, but I'm not sure he's going to see.
I'm not so sure.
Well, I can't.
If it was my call, if I'm taking Stephen Halliday to lineup, this fourth line is starting to show some really good chemistry. Poor Cuz has been fantastic lately. He's creating so much down low. He's so hard on the forecheck. Got his goal called back, which felt bad for poor Cuz, but I like that line. He's out there with speed, disrupting. David Perron's like a dog on a bone, digging pucks out. And Halliday, his passing acumen is off the charts, protecting the puck, using his big body. There's another positive. Halliday has taken a step, man. Like these are tough 100%. Games. These are tough games to play in, divisional games. He's stepping up. I really like this kid.
So are you going to say that Lars Eller, you would take him over the lineup than Lars Eller? You would put Stephen Halliday in the lineup over Lars Eller?
I would. Right now, what I would say is I would make sure that Eller is really, really maybe take one more day to make sure you're perfect. You sure you good?
No, I'm telling you right now. I would be shocked if Lars Eller's not in like the Colorado game.
The Colorado game, I'd say Halliday plays next game, and you go from there because he doesn't. For me, the way he's playing right now, I think he's earned another game.
He did full line, but you know how it works. Like full line rushes, veteran guy. I think he goes right back in that lineup, but we'll see tomorrow. I did do some digging on Shepdog. I know this is a tough day. We're talking about goaltendings. However, so I went to one player and I said, "Hey, what can you tell me about Shepherd?" He's like, "Absolutely nothing."
What? Who told you this?
I can't. And I was like, what? And he's like, guy doesn't speak. And I'm like, what? He's like, no.
Well, there you go.
So
There
I go to somebody else and they're like, oh, he's pretty good. Like, you can get him talking, but he doesn't say a lot. He's very, very quiet, very to himself, but you can get him to open up. He's like, do you know what he went as Halloween? And I'm like, don't tell me he didn't. It's like, he went as that caddy in Caddyshack. He did it.
Happy Gilmore, you mean?
Or Happy Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
He dressed up as the Happy Gilmore caddy.
He actually
Otto.
dressed up as a caddy. Yes.
I don't have a picture of it, but he did.
Jake's
do
got it. Does Jake got it?
No, of him dressed up.
The guy's name is Otto. They never referred to him as Otto in the movie, but that was his name in the movie. The caddy for Happy Gilmore in Happy Gilmore 1. The homeless guy. He doesn't say anything either. So it's perfect. If Shepard doesn't speak, the caddy never spoke the whole movie.
Yeah. So Shepdog, very quiet. So that's both him and Marilainen, very quiet. So
I hope I see Shepdog again.
we may have seen the last of Shepdog.
Come on, you're not pinning it on. You're going to pin this on Shepdog now?
No, I just think, again, I think the organization wanted Matt Sogaard playing, trying to get his game back before they called him up.
Yeah, for sure.
And even because, like nobody thinks that the Shepdog is an NHL goaltender.
Well, he's 30 years old. You kind of are what you are by then.
Right. So
Sogaard 6'6" or 6'7". I think he's 6'7".
He's like 6'6", I think.
One of the tallest listed goalies in NHL history. I know that.
Yeah, he's crazy how big he is, eh?
And I don't ever trust the measurements anymore.
6'7" on Hockey DB.
Yeah.
Can you do the thingy?
No. Took me a second to be like, what are you asking me? Oh, no. 100% no, I'm not doing that.
What's the thingy?
See, you're
what all the kids are
such a
doing.
boomer.
Thingy.
6'7".
Oh, the 6'7". I thought that was over. That had a run. Like, that's old news, Wally.
Not over. Trust me, it's not over.
It's over.
I don't even know why it's a thing, but
It's a song.
I listen. I'm with the kids of today, so I'm all up on the new stuff.
You're with the kid. You get up at 5 a.m. You're not with the kids. You're like an old man. That's what old people do. They get up at 5 a.m. They get out and they walk their dog and they're bitter.
Somebody has to put their show together. It doesn't look
eating-
like it, but there is some structure to it.
You have dinner. You have your early bird at 4. Cranky.
All right. How do we think that this, before we go, because we won't be on the air before the Mammoth game, who they are, I think,
They're
3-6-1 in their last 10 games.
They're tricky, though.
They're just coming off a 3-game New York road trip, so they're back home. How do we feel this is going to play out?
Let's have a look here. The Utah Mammoth on the road. I actually was in Utah this year. What a great setup there, fellas. The downtown is sparkling clean. You could eat off the ground in downtown Utah. So clean, so nice. You know what's weird there, too?
I believe that's called homeless.
You can eat off the ground anywhere.
There isn't a homeless problem in downtown Utah. It's very clean. But when you go to have a beer after a game, because I went out with the broadcast crew, they got some weird drinking rules there. It's like when you can't have a beer unless you have food.
You can't whistle between sips.
No whistling.
That's in Florida. They have like these dry counties.
Yes.
So you have to get a membership. They have bars in them. So you have to go to the bar, sign up for a membership, and then you can drink. But the membership is just a piece of paper. Like it's just nonsensical.
They got a great mascot there too, named Tusky. They got this little guy, this little miniature mammoth cruising around with the woolly mammoth head. They did the mascot reveal when I was there. While he was hilarious.
Can't you ever stick to the script? Just tell me
Well,
who
they're playing the mammoth. They got a new mascot, Tusky.
They are, by the way, 2-5 in their last 7 at home. Tusky and the Mammoth.
we beat down the goaltending for like 45 minutes straight. Like we've had no
36
downtime.
is 36 minutes, Yorkie.
We've had no downtime in this show.
Has Matthew Tkachuk played?
No,
So Saturday might be the day.
could be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't played.
So if Ottawa drops both games here, like this is going to be a tough little mini Western swing. Is that it?
No,
because that's a pretty deep hole.
Listen. I've been too negative apparently today, so I'm not going to answer this question.
It's a bizarre season. Everybody thought Buffalo was done, and they went off and they rolled 10 in a row. Like who saw that coming? It's never say never, but yeah, for sure it'll be difficult. They need to find a little magic here. So we shall see.
Got to win on Wednesday.
That was a very political answer. We shall see.
Well, I don't know what else to say. Like I don't know what the goaltending is going to do. Like
I want definitive. Is the season over if they lose these 2 games?
I don't even know the goal. Like I would suspect they're working the phones like crazy to try and get another guy in here to be a stable backup or something for the time being.
But how do you make a move right now without knowing when Linus is coming back? Like if Linus is like Florida at home on Saturday, it's like, okay, I'm good to go.
I think that they at least know it's not next week or the week. Like,
yeah.
That's the only thing I think they know is he's not skating. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if he's skating or not, but if he's not skating, then he's a week or more.
Yeah, you got to get your game back into shape, and there's so many games going on in a short span before the Olympic break here. Like if you go on a roll here, losing 5 in a row, you're probably done. So
that's a yes, Yorkie. You answered the question.
5 in a row. I said you lose 5 in a row.
No, I'm just going to clip it at 2. If you just say 2 and then
you lose 2 in a row, you're done.
There we go. We got it. No, all right.
Let's get out of here.
Why? It's been such a positive, uplifting time.
To the gym. I got stuff to do.
All right. We're back Thursday. We'll see you then. Hopefully with more good news of a win in Utah.
What a way to start your day off, Mike. Is this how you start every day? Just bitter?
I was fine. You sat down and you wanted to be negative.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. See you, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.